Hi guys, it's Fabio here. Today, as my first video where I speak to you, I want to do a review of a sword, in particular this one, which is a Peter Regenyei sidesword. So this is it was my first sidesword that I bought almost 3 to 4 years ago, and it performed quite well until now. Let's start from the blade. It has a 83 centimeter length blade, and this was the strong model, so the stiffer one. And as you can see, it's quite stiff. For if I press it down to my hand, yes, it flex, but it hurts a lot. It just leaves a good mark on my hand. So I actually think this one is almost as stiff as a real blade. So for a sparring / tournament sword could be too much. It has a nice rounded tip, as you can see, which is safe, and it performs well. I know that sometimes they tend to break in half, like this, so it could be a problem for someone. This one doesn't have that problem, so let's see how long it lasts. There exists also another model of this sword, which is a little bit longer, around 90 centimeter, which is better in my opinion. This one is a little bit short, but the blade in the longer version is also narrower and doesn't have the fuller. The guard is a very basic one. Originally this had also the knuckle bow. Unfortunately it broke extremely soon. I think that in the first tournament I did, it broke, so I just sanded it, and now it's in this form, a very basic form, but it's functional, and it is also historical, so I keep it like that. It just has these 2 finger rings, the 2 quillons, and this side ring. The grip, the wrapping is not original. Originally it had just a leather spiral of leather, but I replaced it with the cord because it was very slippery. Now it has more grip to it, and it has a pear-shaped pommel. If I have to make a comment, I say that this sword has awkward proportion, if we can say, because the grip, for example, is too long, in particular with this kind of pear-shaped pommel. It just protrudes a little bit too much from the hand to be comfortable. In particular, as you can see, it tends to get stuck, in particular if you have big gloves like lacrosse gloves or Red Dragon gloves. And also these finger rings are too big to be historically accurate. Also the side ring has a strange oblongated form. Historical example have, yes, this oval shape, but turn around, so it doesn't stick too much in this sense, but should protrude in this other sense. For other things, is a really good sword because it's very light and very cheap. It just weighs around a kilo, and It cost around 250 euros, so very cheap, a good beginner sword, especially for the lightness, because sidesword sometimes is a very tiring discipline to perform, because you just have all the weight of the sword on one arm, and in particular on the wrist it can be tiring. So for this aspect it is very good. Another thing I don't like very much is the feel of this sword. In particular when you're used to a more realistic sword, it just seems to be quite inert, almost dead, if we can say. You just don't feel the blade so lively in your hand. You can't feel how the blade wants to move, so it just follows what your arm does, and this could be a good thing if you don't know how to properly move a sword, because it just follows your arm, so you have not to worry about how to correctly move the sword. But when you're used to the discipline and so to the movement, it just seems to be dead, I have to admit. I now use a Danelli, and it's just a whole world, a whole new world, I have to say. And a review of my Danelli will follow, by the way. So, did I recommend this sword? Yes, absolutely. It was and it is a very good sword. The steel of the blade is very good. This particular model has fought many tournaments and many sparring, and it doesn't have any sign except from two tiny nicks, and they are not sharp at all. So this was my review of the Peter Regenyei sidesword. More review and more video will follow, so bye.